Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be talking to you guys about my content creation struggles and the journey of what it's looked like from 2013 up until now, 2022. I'm currently sitting at over 50,000 followers on Instagram. I believe it's 51,000. And it has been such a journey getting here, and I wanted to transparently share what that's looked like, because I know what it feels like to know that you're called to content creation and not seeing the results that you wanted to see. And for me, I knew that I was called to content creation in 2013, and for many years I didn't see the fruit of that. For many years I had so many limiting beliefs. I didn't think that I could show up authentically as myself online. I didn't even know what showing up authentically as myself looked like. I had a lot of external limiting beliefs and internal limiting beliefs. So there were times where I would be like, well, my camera's not great enough, which was an external limiting belief. And then there were a lot of internal ones that I struggled with, like, I don't think I have the ability to show up consistently online. I don't know if I have what it takes to create good content that's going to attract an audience that's interested in what I have to say. There were so many times where I was figuring out my voice. Like, there were so many things that I struggled with along the way, but I wanted to be able to share with you guys just the process and the ins and outs of that, because I just know what it feels like to know that you're called to create, but not knowing exactly how to get to where you want to get to. So let's get into the video. So in 2013, I knew that I was called to create. I knew I was called to be in the online space, and I didn't know what that was gonna look like, to be honest. Like, even though I knew I was called, I didn't know how I was gonna get there, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't know what it looked like to show up authentically online as myself. I didn't feel like I had the right equipment, you know, like all of the things that you tell yourself. At the time, I remember saying to myself, like, oh, so many people are trying to grow online. Like, it's so saturated, which is crazy, because if I thought it was saturated back then, like, what do I think it is now, you know? But I would just tell myself so many things that really kept me from doing what I knew that I was called to do. And it was such a struggle for years. And I remember I started my blog in 2013, and then I was being, you know, kind of consistent with that. I would see some views and all that stuff, but like, still it wasn't really what I wanted to see. And even though I enjoyed it, a lot of the limiting beliefs kind of kept me back from being consistent with it. And then in 2015, I launched my YouTube channel, and I was very inconsistent with that. But that was a huge struggle for me. I would create content and then not feel good about it. I would post videos and like, I was just like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is the way that I should be showing up online. And at the time I was primarily doing vlogs, and I thought that was the only way that I could grow. And I thought that was the only way that I could show up online as myself. And I used the vlogging to kind of mask it just being me on camera. So around that time in my life, I was always around my friends. So I would have my friends in the video with me. Like, I'd always be recording on a day that I was gonna go out and do something. Like, it was never me, or very rarely me by myself on the camera just talking like this. And that was because it was so uncomfortable for me. I remember trying to talk to the camera and like it just being this frustrating event for me, because it was so uncomfortable. It felt weird. And obviously there's a learning curve when you're talking to a camera. Like, you're not used to talking to a camera, which is understandable. But I think that I had a lot of expectations for how the journey was going to go. And then when I saw that there were so many dips and I had so many lows along the journey, it just didn't encourage me, and it just made me feel like I don't even want to do this thing. So there were times where I would show up on Instagram and then I wouldn't, or I would show up on YouTube and then I wouldn't, you know, and it was just this up and down roller coaster ride. It's just crazy that 9 years later in 2022, I'm looking back and I'm like, man, I am not that same girl. You know, like I still had that same ambition and the same interest, obviously, with content creation. But I have grown, I have overcome so many of my limiting beliefs to get here. I have pushed through, I have endured, and I have by no means made it. But I really think it's so important to be able to share my journey and share that this was not an overnight thing. This has been years in the making, and I wanted to create a resource that can help you do the same. I want to see content creators that are called start to confidently create content that's authentic to them, that attracts an audience, and just be in the space that they know that they're supposed to be in. And so many times we just let our limiting beliefs hold us back. We tell ourselves like we don't know if we belong in the space. We tell ourselves we don't know if we can be consistent. We compare ourselves to other content creators, and it just keeps us at the starting point when you could be so much further along just by breaking out of those limiting beliefs that you might have. I created a course called Create, and I created it with you in mind. If you know that you are called to the content creation space, but you know that you've struggled so much for so long, you're not seeing the results that you want to see, you have a lot of limiting beliefs, you're not sure if you can even show up authentically online as yourself, you need some guidance, you need strategy, then this course is for you. I created this course knowing that Avriel back in 2013 truly could have used this. I remember there were so many times where I would look at other content creators and I would just think to myself, man, I'm so happy for them that they've been able to garner this audience and they've been able to walk in their callings. But I wish that they explained how or what the journey has been. And I created this course because I knew that there was a gap when it came to that, and I want to be able to serve you guys in this way. So if you know that you're called to creating content, then I'm telling you, you need to enroll in this course. I'm opening it up today for pre-orders, and if you sign up during pre-orders, you're going to be able to get in at the special introductory price. But once it officially launches on the 20th, then the price will be going up. Also during pre-orders, if you order the premium package before it launches, then you'll also get my good friend's Reels Masterclass that she created, and she's been able to garner just a huge audience online. She's managed to attract a large audience online just by creating authentically and being herself and all that. So I'm really excited for that as well. So if you sign up, you're gonna also get that as a part of a fast action bonus. You'll get her Reels Masterclass, and I'm just happy that she was generous enough to partner with us in that way. So if you know you're called to create, if you know you're called to content creation, if you know that you've struggled along the way, you know you have tons of limiting beliefs, then sign up. So make sure to pre-order before October 20th. I'm so excited to see you guys inside of Create. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm excited to see you guys.